Welcome, my love. Welcome to Being Brave. This is a podcast for you, for the kind, the sensitive, the creative soul that is ready, that is open, that desires to take responsibility for her greatness and her power, and is here to remember who she really is. I'm your host, Sasha Lipskaia. I'm an artist, I'm a coach, I'm an intuitive guide. Sometimes I'm a witch, sometimes I'm a shaman, sometimes I'm just a playful child. And I'm here to walk with you through inspired reflections, interviews, performances, stories about remembering who you truly are, and guiding you to hearing your soul's message and bravely birthing it into the world. Join me every week and let's thrive. Let's thrive in a life of love, creativity, embodied self-worth, presence, honesty, and being brave every single day, just as you are. Hello, my prosperous friend. I want to call you right away, my prosperous friend. Just feel into how that lands in your body. You're prosperous right now, regardless of what you think, what your mind is telling you, regardless of what your body is communicating. Just feel into what if you chose to know that in this moment, I see you as prosperous. I see your gifts. I see your light. I see your truth. I see everything within you that you might not be letting shine, letting reveal itself, letting move into the world because you've been scared, because you've been hiding, because you've been conditioned and learned yourself to literally close down and protect yourself and deflect and betray and lie and avoid the parts of you that are so incredibly open and loving and receiving. They're open to receiving. They're open to co-creating with this world. They're open to love. It is not your fault if you feel that you haven't experienced yourself in your life that way. It is not your fault if you feel that you've been sabotaging that part of you that feels open and receptive and loving and already prosperous. Because you can only truly know prosperity by embodying it. And then, of course, it manifests itself in different ways through food, through relationships, through the money you make, through the home you live in. And it's the way that you're witnessing yourself and choosing to be in this world, to act in this world, to interact, right? Interact, move through, dance through, express yourself through this life that determines your experience of it. So feeling into you being prosperous right now, I want to invite you to contemplate with me how you can today move past and really fully release that part of you that has been just devoted to hiding, to protection, to anxiety, to fear, to worry, to believing in its own lack, its lack of worth, its lack of purpose, its lack of meaning, its lack of resources, its lack of health, its lack of integrity. Now, this part of you, this shadow part of you, right? We're referring to the shadow as a part of you that you have been, in some ways, judging, rejecting, hiding. But that part has absolutely been operating within you. It's alive. And beneath that shadow is this incredible capacity that you haven't revealed yet because you're scared, because the shadow in you is terrified. It's terrified to die. So it won't let you reveal this capacity, but this capacity, this gift to receive what is truly yours. Because what is yours will never go by you. To let yourself align to the frequency of this universe, to then commit to the work it's asking you to do, to then really, truly not believe, know that you're on purpose. Know that you're in integrity. Know that your devotion is to your heart and its truth and its guidance. right? We're working through all these systems right now as I'm talking to you. Your nervous system is picking up all this information. And so as I'm witnessing you and I'm saying to you, you're prosperous, just feel into that. And on the next breath you take, I'm going to invite you, yes, this quickly, to take a deep breath into your heart and open your chest. Just open your chest and feel your physiology change. Feel your nervous system relax into this new way of experiencing the environment you're in, wherever you are. It's going to feel different just because you chose to embody yourself differently. That's the power you hold. You brought your attention to your mind and then to your heart and then to your body, and you allowed yourself to try something different. Now, whatever you are receiving from me, you will only truly allow yourself to receive from a place of openness and vulnerability and curiosity and receptivity. That is fundamental to feeling prosperous, because you can't feel prosperous, abundant, rich if you're not open, if you're not curious, if you're not embodying your capacity to receive in any moment. Now, this doesn't mean that you won't know when to protect your energy, to protect your body, to protect yourself, your life. It doesn't mean that you won't say no to things that don't align, don't serve you, or that which you care about, right? Your capacity to actually discern what is of service and what isn't will be that much more in integrity with your truth. So you won't say no to things that may appeal to your mind because they seem like they will make you rich or abundant. And yet in the truth of your heart, you know they're not coming from a source that is prosperous, that is aligned, that is kind, that is generous, that is giving. It's coming from a source that itself is lacking. It's fearful, is dark. And we see a lot of that in the world, right? Again, you can have a feast of different foods and different tastes and different textures, and you can enjoy it in the moment. And yet you haven't nourished yourself at all. And if anything, in fact, you may have poisoned your body and committed to another cycle of maybe addiction to some type of food or some type of taste, right? Because you have given up your power to discern of what is actually nourishing and healing and supportive and in alignment, again, with what you're here to experience as prosperity, which is health, which is power, which is strength, which is beauty, which again is integrity, which is clarity on what you actually are and where you really want to go from your heart. All of that, right? It's physiological. That brain fog we experience that is sometimes created by the foods we eat or lack of sleep, or perhaps, again, a condition we're dealing with that is physiological, and yet no part of you is separate from another. Your nervous system communicates, right, between your organs. It communicates information energetically, again, from this room you're in or this car, wherever you are outside. You're receiving nutrients right now. And then your gut, your heart, your mind, right, your brain, they're always communicating with one another. And your capacity to be aligned within that, to be in integrity between every part of you, to discern, again, discern where it's your ego, where it's, again, your past, right? It's your trauma speaking and asking for something. It's your fear that you actually aren't ever going to be worthy of the kind of life that your heart is asking for, a life of freedom, a life of joy, a life of peace, which is your birthright, a life of truth, where you can express the truth of yourself, where you honor your feelings because you know they're guideposts, where you're not a slave to your emotions, but you honor your feelings and you know how to work with every part of you to every single day transcend even more another shadow that comes up, that it will never be over. You're human and so am I. There will always be muck and toxins, quite literally, for us to witness, work with, transmute, let go, and move through to an even more powerful and even more prosperous and even more aligned version of you and I. And that's what challenges in life, we can call them problems, we can call them, critical, pivotal moments, we can call them disasters, whatever, again, our perception is in that moment. That's the truth of our feeling. I feel this is a disaster. And yet that's the feeling. Now, the story you create around it will determine what you do with it. In this moment, I feel it's a disaster. Well, actually, no, you feel threatened and you feel devastated. The disaster is the story you're telling. It's a perception. So you get to say, I feel devastated and I feel scared and I feel hurt and sad. I'm terrified. And I am choosing to smile through this because I want to see how this is exactly what I've been asking for in my heart. Somehow this is going to destroy something that is not serving me, that I'm not aware of. So show me, heart, show me the truth. Show me the truth. It's the most important prayer you can have, mantra, whatever you want to call it, invoking that power within you to know that you are loved and worthy and guided and heard and seen. And that power within you is waiting for you to ask for guidance from that place. Show me how this is serving me. Show me how I can create something in this world that will benefit me and everyone around me. How can I serve through this challenge, through this invitation to discover more of my own power, right? So again, prosperity, it brings with it ingenuity. Your genius, right? Ingenuity. Your genius becomes awakened. You become inspired every single day to tap in further and further and further into yourself, into your gifts, into your talents, right? Into your skills, learning even more about what it is that you can create, discovering more of your potential, but not doing it from a place of lack and trying to get something from the world so that you feel validated and worthy and loved and safe. Knowing that will never last because nothing outside of you will last, right? Just like, again, the food you take in, that taste won't last. The taste is information, just like your feelings are information, right? The taste gives you an experience of, oh, I like this. This is good for me. And again, we have created a world where there is a lot of fake foods, right? Franken foods. And just like that, there are a lot of fake experiences that give you that feeling of, oh, yes, abundance, prosperity, integrity. And you know in your heart it isn't that, but your mind is so consumed. It's so distracted. It has literally been programmed, right? It's like a zombie. It's like, yes, this is what and you know in that moment it isn't true in your heart. But if you're disconnected from your heart, if you are not doing the daily work, right? The daily work of inquiring into what you are, and what you need and what your truth is. Integrating, right? Integrating your shadow, knowing how to reveal more of your light, holding yourself with compassionate curiosity, with love, unconditional acceptance, right? Of everything and discernment. This is the process I teach, like the 3 steps, unconditional, like radical self-love, compassionate, radical self-discovery, right? Inquiry into everything within you that you might not want to look at. And yet that is what's holding the key to your prosperity. That, because without your truth leading you, without you embodying your power, without you trusting yourself and leading yourself, you will never be able to lead another, let alone an organization or a community. You will never receive that trust from the world and you will never feel aligned and in integrity and on purpose. And guess what? And that is how you sabotage yourself, right? Because there's a part of you that you will always feel like you're betraying. And that sadness and that misalignment will manifest in you choosing foods, people, experiences, all of the above or one of the above, to then show yourself that, yeah, you know what? I'm not prosperous. I'm not healthy. Right? Prosperity means holistic prosperity. It's not just how much money you're making, right? Not that that isn't important, because of course it facilitates your growth and physical health and safety. And yet it doesn't depend on it, right? Your prosperity doesn't depend on money. It doesn't. It can absolutely and does benefit from it. In the society we live in, We create situations and circumstances where we believe we depend on it, which is why we're so hyper-focused on it, right? And often that is the hardest one, right? To allow yourself to receive from a place of abundance already. Because you're like, well, if I don't have any, if I don't feel like I have any support, any financial means, how can I feel abundant? And that's my point. You knowing that you don't actually require it for abundance. Abundance meaning just having so much that you're overflowing, right? You're overflowing. You're abundant. Nature is abundant. Nature is abundant even when it's fall and winter, right? Do you not think nature is abundant all the time? Of course it is. It's going through natural cycles of death and rebirth, though. So when it's dying to its old life, it's abundant in that death. It's releasing, fully releasing, surrendering, trusting, allowing, right? Allowing the universe, the world, whatever you believe in, to take it and guide it through the next cycle so that it can bring forth leaves and fruit and flowers and young animals, right? And support us as a species here. That's abundance. So you right now absolutely are abundant. You right now are prosperous. Now, what does prosperity mean? Again, that's the capacity you have within you to know that everything, every part of you, which is why shadow work is so crucial. Every part of you is serving you. It's serving you in some way. And if you cannot let go of something that feels like it's not serving you, right? The behavior itself is not serving you. The result is not serving you. The beliefs that go with it, they're not serving who you really are. It actually is serving you. You absolutely are receiving something from that you desperately need. So again, this is a question of knowing yourself so much with so much love that you get that radical integrity to go into the third step, right? The third step after that unconditional self-love. And then that compassionate inquiry and discovery of yourself, right? Dr. Gabor Mate talks about compassionate inquiry when working with people with mental health challenges or addicts. And again, all of us can relate. We might not consider ourselves addicts or that we have a certain mental health condition. And yet I invite you to feel into the truth that if you are suffering, if there is pain within you, and there is because you're human, just because it didn't look a certain way does not take away its depth and its effect on you. You are a human being. You're embodied for a reason, right? So again, that radical love for yourself, that inquiry that is compassionate, that is curious, that is honest, that discovery of yourself, I call it compassionate self-discovery, right? Again, we're using kind of the Buddhist framework of inquiring and discovering your true essence by revealing first what you're not. You're absolutely not your trauma. You're not your false beliefs, right? Your limiting beliefs about yourself, which are false. That's how you know you're limited, right? Because they're not true. You're not in alignment when you believe those things about yourself. You're not acting out of prosperity and abundance. So whatever you do, it might, again, create a certain result, just like a certain food will give you a hit, right? Oh, yeah, this is good. I wanted this. Yeah, those calories, right? But the actual nutrients, the nutrition that your body's desperately craving, which is why it's asking you to eat. It's not doing anything wrong. Your craving isn't wrong. It's a sign you're needing something, right? Your desire for prosperity, your desire for abundance, your desire, right, to feel like you're worthy and enough is not wrong. It's how we go about it. It's how you then try to satisfy it, feed it, nourish yourself to actually feel abundant and prosperous and like you are enough and worthy and aligned. That is how we get into trouble, because how we then go about it is not coming from the truth of what we are. It's coming from our ego. It's coming from our traumas. It's coming from what we know. That's what we've done our whole lives. Most of the time, myself included. How can I get more? How do I not lose? Oh, this person's winning. Well, that means I'm losing. Whether or not I'm conscious of it, this is the programming, because this is the world we have created. A world of one-upmanship and winning over, power over, taking, right? Using, abusing. Now, the actual craving, right? The craving to be part of this world, to feel alive and present and connected to everything. I mean, that's what's driving everything. Yes, even the most heinous acts. It's to be connected. It's to feel like there is a purpose to your life. It's to feel like there is a goal you're here to create, to achieve, to show other people that your life matters, that you matter, that you're important, so that you don't basically feel rejected and alone and unworthy and like you're not welcome in this world. The yearning for, excuse me, see? That is that energy. I can feel it in myself, right? That fear, the fear of, am I allowed to be this prosperous? Am I allowed to be this empowered? Am I allowed to feel this much abundance and love just as I am? I'm talking to you and I can feel it in myself. And yet I know there is a force in me that is saying, no. This is dangerous territory. You will die if you go there. And you won't win. You will lose. You will lose everything. And you know what? That voice isn't entirely wrong. I will. I have. And I will keep losing everything. I will keep losing everything. That's my prayer every single day. Now, what I mean by that is I will keep losing everything that isn't true. Because anything I can lose has not actually been true. I can't lose anything that's truly mine. And you know that true. That is true. You know that truth about yourself. You can never lose what is truly yours. You will never lose the love that is true. You will never lose the friend that is true. You might have disagreements, fallings out, and often we do, so that our friendship deepens. Again, if we choose to perceive it as an invitation to see prosperity within us and others. Oh, I'm having a fight with my loved one. Yeah, maybe this isn't aligned and it's not serving. Let me discern, right? Is this something that's actually hurting me? In which case, my prosperous self, your prosperous self, that part that is integrating your mind, your heart, your gut, that is leading with the heart, knows that, okay, I love myself. I'm radically curious, right? I'm inquiring into the truth of my heart. What is the truth? Knowing how to do that discovery, knowing what questions to ask, knowing how to actually hear your truth, knowing how to discern it from your ego's beliefs, which sound true, because you've been used to believing them, and what you are used to believing feels true. Just because it feels true to your mind doesn't mean it's truth, which is why so many people say, oh, I followed my intuition and it was wrong, or this is not aligned, where actually it is, but their ego is so used to running the show and they're so used to listening to it that it feels like it's not true because the ego is saying something else, and they don't know how to discern. Right? Because they're looking, and I've done that, for a quick answer, quick fix. I need to go. Tell me what to do. Your intuition and your heart don't speak to you that way. There is no rush. There's no haste. There's no feeling of overwhelm and fear and coercion. It's openness. Again, it's receptivity. It's trust. It's love. It's safety. So you can only discern the truth of your heart from the beliefs of your mind that masquerade as the truth, and what's familiar feels true, right? It feels safe, and we're programmed to stay in what feels safe. So you'll stay, right, in a situation that is abusive sometimes because it feels so familiar and it feels true. And you will create every reason as to why this is aligned until you are ready to actually do the work and discern, okay, this has been serving me. And the service is, it's helping me discern the part of me that has been locked down, and I haven't allowed myself to love it and integrate it and lead with that part of me that is safe, that is prosperous, that is loving, that doesn't need to get anything, and that part of me that is open to receive, right? So again, let me go back to what I was saying, which is you need to learn to discern, and that takes time. That intuitive language, that discernment, that ability to actually accept what you're hearing, fully integrating it into your body. This is truth. And I know it is. I don't doubt it. I know it is. My body, my gut, my heart, my mind, right? And not your ego mind, your subconscious mind and your conscious mind, right? All parts of me right now are integrated and they are aligned and saying, yes, this is truth. That kind of knowing, it comes, but we often are so shut down emotionally, right? We're so shut down and our nervous system is so out of sync, so out of harmony. We can't actually even hear the messages. We can't discern, right, that message from holy moly, like, this is what you want. It's the next big thing. This is going to make you rich. Get in. right? And you're like, yes, I want to be prosperous. I want to be prosperous. Or this person, look at them. They're hitting on you. They like you. They're telling you all these amazing things. And your mind, right? Your mind is like, this is what you want. You're going to get that hit of dopamine. You're going to get that feel, right? That feel that you're loved, that you're wanted. That's what you want in your mind. And then your heart is saying, no, there's a red flag right here. Energetically, I can feel it. This is not aligned. This is not going to serve you. This is going to recreate an old story of lack, of abuse, right? Of feeling less than, of being unworthy, of being scared to be who you are, of hiding your truth because it isn't safe to reveal it. So no, but you are so used to just jumping in, right, on that ego voice or that first sort of impulse that you don't know to stop and inquire and say, yes, maybe. Now let me look deeper. Let me do my work. And here's the truth. If you start there, if you start your days, if you start everything with doing that work, with going to that spiritual gym, as I call it, right? Really knowing that you tuning your instrument to the frequency of truth and prosperity and love within you and the environment you're in will then allow you to, yes, act on your instinct, not your impulse, your instinct, and actually discern so quickly if this is the truth, if this is aligned, if this is serving who you really want to be, what you really want to experience, right? Because again, everything you're choosing is always serving some part of you. And often we're choosing, right? We want prosperity, we want abundance, we want alignment, but we're choosing things that further reaffirm to us that we don't deserve them because we're making decisions from a place of lack, from a place of mistrust. And so again, the lack and the mistrust is within you. You're lacking yourself because you don't know yourself and you can't love yourself fully, consciously, right? You can't if you don't know yourself. If you're not committed and devoted to discovering more and more and more of yourself, that's your daily practice. It doesn't have to be an hour. It doesn't have to be any length of time. It's an ongoing experience of you and you in every moment. Now, some moments will be very specifically dedicated to certain practices so that you can literally say, in this moment, I'm attuning my instrument, right? I'm an artist. I have to clean my violin and then I have to tune it and then I have to practice a little bit and then I'm going to go rehearse and then I'm going to perform, right? And then I'm going to clean my violin again and I'm going to put it nicely into its case and I'm going to maybe even say something to it because I have this connection, this relationship to my instrument. It is a part of my being in this world and I trust it. Now that is how I'm asking you to be with yourself. You are the violin. How in tune are you and how aware are you even that you are the violin? And no one can play your incredible song for you. But as Wayne Dyer said, don't go to your grave with your song unsung, your music unplayed and unheard by this world. If you have a chance to wake up to that truth, spend every waking moment committed to, yes, cleaning, tuning, taking care of that instrument within you that is telling you what is serving you, what is in alignment, what your truth is right now, how you're asked to in this moment, respond so that you can create whatever it is that is your highest purpose in this world. And that can only benefit everyone else. And it has to feel like you, in the moment of living your life, in the moment of creating that work, of being in that relationship, of eating that food, you are on purpose because you are committed to serving that instrument within you. That's your altar. You may believe in God or not. I mean, there is this quote of people who look for God are looking for themselves and people who are looking for themselves are looking for God. So if you're looking for yourself, you're looking for God, which is the universal mind, that which created everything, that higher force, that power that allows us to be alive, that is within you and me. And you don't have to believe in any specific religion or spiritual teaching to know that this is true. You don't have to call it God. Just call it my inner knowing, my truth, my heart, the wisdom within me that is loving, that is prosperous, that wants only the best for the best part of you and the best part of me, right? So again, it's knowing that you start here, not because you're selfish, but because you're self-full. What's selfish is trusting your ego, because then you go out and you actually strip this world of resources and you put yourself in situations of possibly harm to your body, to your soul, right? To your being, and create things in the world that aren't actually serving, although they might look like they do for a second. And then you feel that devastation, that self-betrayal again, that knowing that you haven't heard the truth, you haven't allowed yourself to trust it, you haven't done the work, that you are betraying yourself. And that just feels so incredibly painful to you and to me when we do that, because we know that we know the truth. And somehow something in us overpowers our devotion to loving, really loving what we are and expressing the truth of that, and knowing that that's our work in the world, however it looks. And it will feel prosperous and it will create prosperity. We don't need to worry, right, about creating anything. We need to enjoy creating and trust in that creation and allow for it to be what it is, and let go of any expectation of what it should look like, for us to feel its worth, its value, right? Its meaning, just by the sheer fact that you are creating it from that place of self-full love, right? Integrity, self-awareness, right? Inquiry, discovering and revealing more of yourself. That's part of your process. That's part of your tuning up to that frequency that you are here to tap into, and then feel that, oh my God, I just am. I'm so prosperous. I'm so loved. I'm so abundant. I can't even, right? I can't even. Where has this been? It's been in you the whole time. It's here now. The question is, will you allow your identity to align to that, so that you can reveal that in that identity that actually serves that in the world? And so that you can absolutely release like a, fake costume that you've created, or a snake skin that just isn't serving. It's dead. You can call it fake. You can call it dead. It served you and now it doesn't. And you're releasing it because the part of you that's being born, it's always been there, but you're finally committed to creating a way of being that welcomes it, that supports it, that honors it before anything else. Which is why if you commit to this, your daily practice is essential. It's you saying yes to you. It's saying, I'm here for me, because again, from this place, I can inquire in literally into what is not serving. I can see the shadows within me and in the world, and I can have compassion and understanding. And sometimes understanding that I don't understand, and that's enough. And then from that place, the third step, which is that radical integrity, right? And alignment by taking ownership and reclaiming your ability to respond from that place of aligned prosperity, right? Embodied prosperity, of being able to receive, really receive, because it's you giving to yourself. Essentially, it's you giving yourself a chance to live in a way that feels on purpose all the time, that feels meaningful all the time, that feels loving all the time. That is prosperity. From that place, your energy will absolutely attract and reflect and create more of that experience in the world for yourself and others, right? Again, this is about you and about everyone else, and it's about you, and it's self-full. Because you overflowing with that prosperity is how you create a different world. You become the embodiment of it, and you don't have to do anything about telling people about it or teaching about it. You are it. So yes, you magnetize, you attract, you receive with full integrity, with openness, with vulnerability, with bravery, right? It takes bravery. Your intuitive self loves bravery. Really, to discover, oh wow, what does this world want me to learn, want me to receive, want me to integrate? What is coming through from this place of this is of service? It can be a challenge, right? It can be something that feels uncomfortable. Good. I see this as an invitation to more of me being expressed in the world, more of my truth, more of my healing, More of my looking into the parts of me that still are holding on to some trauma because they're still needing more love and I haven't given it to them. So now, right now, it's my sacred work. It's my soul's work. It's my purpose, right? To go in and address that. Because guess what? In addressing your shadows and doing that work within you, that's the only way. It's the only way you can fully respond to the shadows, the darkness, the anger, the violence, the fear you see and you feel in the world. It's the only way. And you will absolutely act on it, right? You will respond. Again, responsibility. Your ability to respond. And that's an art. And it's something you already know how to do. But most of the time we're reacting. And from a place of ego, from a place of fear, from a place of lack. Again, I'm going to lose. How do I hold on? I don't have enough. How do I get more? I have it. Okay, this is good, but how do I get more? And how can I keep this? All of that. You can just feel in my body how off that feels. Just saying that. And yet we spend most of the time awake in our conscious minds thinking these things, and sometimes thinking them in our sleep, right? Subconsciously, that's what we believe often, which is why we're creating structures, environments, programs, right? Social groups, quite literally, that support that belief that we're not enough and that we're lacking and that we're always looking for this next, panacea, the next big thing, the next shiny object, the next guru, the next thing that's going to set us free to finally be who we are and feel like we are enough and have permission, that radical permission to finally attune ourselves to the truth, to the synchronicity that we're looking for that is within us, right? Attune ourselves to that tone within our heart that says, I love you. You have everything you need. Now, yes, get to work. Get to work. This is what you need to look into. This is what I'm asking you to reveal. This is what you're here for. This is what is out of integrity. This is what I'm asking you to let go of. I being your heart. And you know in that moment how sweet it feels to say, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for letting me hear you. You have to let yourself hear that voice. You have to let yourself actually be that receptor, right? Attune your antenna. Open your heart to receive and feel my voice change right now because I'm speaking to your heart. All of this is in service. Your whole life is in service. Everything is in service to you revealing more of what your purpose actually is and creating that experience of prosperity within yourself and within everyone else, right? So again, radical responsibility and ownership of what it is you're asked to do for yourself first. Not let me go save this person or yell out here or protest this. Yes. And that comes after, where am I out of integrity? Where am I holding on to things, relationships? Again, the beliefs that are making me want to hold on to those things and relationships and projects. Where am I not letting go of my shadow? Because that shadow is clearly just terrified to let me be free. Where can I hold space for her or him or them? Where can I inquire deeper into what it is that I haven't given myself? Into what it is that I can fulfill myself, that I've been looking for everyone else and everything else. And all of this experience that I've been literally running after to feed some desperate need in my heart because I have never felt it full, because I have never actually filled it from the only place that can. Myself, yourself. Plug your mind, right? Plug your mind into your heart. Plug your gut into your heart and plug your attention into your heart, right? Unplug your attention from your movie that you're running on shadow, right? Shadow stories and the past, and the mind only knows the past. And yet the subconscious mind and that field that you're tapping into intuitively, that is beyond time and space. And so again, the past has its purpose. It has gifts, but only when perceived and interpreted and used from that place of how is this serving the truth of my heart so that I can live on purpose and embody truth and reveal my own prosperity so that I, yes, magnetize, evoke, attract more and more and more of that prosperous expression in every single person that I get to walk and work and love next to. And every single person that I might never even know, because the ripple effect of me being that will extend through every being I touch. That's how quantum power works. It's beyond time and space. That's prosperity. And it can only be recognized when you commit to remembering it literally in your body. Embody that remembering, that it's yours. Evoke it from your cells. Work with your nervous system so that that communication between your gut, your heart, your mind, all of your organs, all of your systems, right? Hormonal system, your immune system, right? Again, your limbic system, everything is always aligned to help you receive the messages, receive the gifts, receive the abundance, receive the guidance, everything, receive the lessons that are here to help you go deeper into your potential, deeper into what you're here to create, more brave, right? More, but not more in terms of getting more out of the world, more in terms of revealing more of your depth, more of your richness, more of your juice, more of your flavor. And then you will absolutely choose the kind of food that nourishes you, that not only tastes good, but it tastes good because it nourishes you. And it takes time, right? Just like if you haven't eaten well for a long time, it will take time for your mind to catch up, for your palate, right, to get literally retrained. It's a concept, right, in nutrition. You have to retrain your palate to actually enjoy certain foods if you haven't had them for a long time or maybe ever, because you've been used to eating things that are chemically induced flavors, right? And so it's okay if it takes you time, right? It's like your tongue, your nervous system. It takes you time to attune yourself to what is nourishing you, to discern what you must ask for, right? What you must absolutely commit to, what to say, how to respond, so that you nourish your heart, your body, your mind from that place of alignment, right? Of integrity with yourself, of knowing that you have everything you need. And what you really, truly need, the only thing you ever need, is more time with you to reveal more of that into the world. And what is yours will never go by you because it's in you. And so if you lose anything, it wasn't yours and it wasn't of service. And if it was of service, it will come back. But right now it isn't. I mean, this is what we have right now. I'll tell you a quick story. I lost very good friends and a community I was a part of and thought was like my soul family. Work that I loved, I enjoyed, but it wasn't in integrity. I wasn't in integrity. I wasn't honest. I wasn't showing up fully in myself. I wasn't giving myself what I needed. I was looking for validation. I was looking for, again, leadership and teachings and guidance from this archetype. In my case, it was this father archetype that would manifest in relationships and bosses, right? And people that I would collaborate with and work with and sometimes become friends with. And I did the work and it destroyed me. It showed me that I was, as much as I was doing this work with other people, I was out of alignment. I was not nourishing myself. That's literally what came. I'm not feeding myself. I am starving for my own true self. She is not here. She is not revealing herself. Parts of her are, but she's not revealing herself in the way that she needs to feel nourished by herself, right? That's how you nourish yourself. It's like you're literally taking yourself in. You're feeding on yourself. It sounds a little primal, cannibalist, but it's not. You're feeding on yourself, your own energy. That's how you could never leak it. And that from that place, you can create strong and healthy boundaries, right? And again, say no to certain things that just don't feel aligned. From this place, I am so full of myself, not full of myself, ego, but self, full love. I'm full of the love I have within myself. I'm nourishing myself. And so I had to get clear on what that actually looked like. Right? Okay, what do I need to do? I need to say no to this. I need to say no to this. I need to say what's true. and accept the consequences. And the consequences were, this has happened quite a few times in my life, but the most recent one was the most, for me, like just shaky. It was shaky because I had nothing else but that. Like I've given up everything. It was just that I was quote unquote living for, right? I was living for me and my work, but it was in this context of, again, my role and what I was doing, right? And who I was with, and all of that was taken away. I was fired. I was let go. The community was taken away, right? Everything. Now, it wasn't taken from me by some evil force. It was taken away by my higher self in me saying, this is not aligned. I can't be here fully expressed doing this. And so it wasn't mine, and it was gone. As soon as I said, this is what I am and this is what I need, well, this is not, clearly, although it's incredible. And it was needed, right? It was needed. Radical compassion, right? For myself and everything. It was incredibly of service to myself and other people. And I know that, but not in the way that I was asked to serve myself and other people at that point. And I knew because I literally felt ill. I felt ill. I was out of sync, right? Although I had every reason to celebrate and feel prosperous, really, every part of my life, except the truth, right? Except the truth was I wasn't feeling that. My body wasn't feeling that. I wasn't really receiving. I was closed down. I was scared. I wasn't feeding myself. And so the practice I shared with you in this video, just inquiring into the truth, I did that, and I do that in nature. And I went to the woods and I just spoke to the trees and I said, show me, tell me, what do I need to do? Knowing already in my heart what I needed to do. And I heard nothing but, you know what to do. You tell the truth and you let go. And I did. And the only reason I'm speaking to you about this now, the only reason for the work I do now, and the way that I can actually speak to prosperity, speak to trustarity, I want to call it, speak to abundance, speak to alignment, speak to that fear and that grief of dying to an old part of you that served you, that did everything she could, or he could, or they could, to protect you, to keep you safe from revealing your heart, because it hurts to reveal your heart, especially when you're a little kid, right? And again, this is psychology, but it's true. It's true, right? And it's true. Some psychology I might not agree with, but this is definitely resonating with me. And this is why I'm so inspired, right, with the work that I've been deepening into with Gabor Mate's work, early childhood development, and again, how we process our trauma, and supporting it with the work that I've been doing with working with archetypes, right? And God and goddess energies, and the dark and the light and shadow work, right? What is that? That's it. It's revealing the parts of us that have been neglected and rejected and haven't felt safe to open up and receive and feel that they're worthy and loved, that have to create identities to protect themselves from the world, to be good, to please, to hide their light because they need it to survive, but not right now. Right now, these parts of myself and you, they're the reason you feel like you're surviving. And you're here to live and then thrive, but first live, embodied, aligned, purposeful, committed to owning your integrity, to living in integrity, to knowing that your birthright is to literally feel your prosperity and allow for it to magnetize everything and anything you need to create more and more and more honest expressions of your gifts, of your potential, of what you were here to live as your purpose in this life, aligned to something greater that you might never understand. You might not want to call it anything, but you just know it's that something that created a grid for us all to come together. That's the reason you're listening to me and watching me. It's the reason you get those intuitive hits to really connect to another being, because that's how we weave our magic into the world. But we gotta, again, work on the instrument, come back to the truth, do the inner work, because it's the only work that really determines what you do out there. And you can't get the inner work wrong. The only way you can fail at it is not do it or think it's not important. And again, here you're betraying yourself, which is, again, in that moment, that's what you need to do. Sometimes we need to suffer so bad, we can't do it anymore. And that's when we start reclaiming ourselves and our truth. And we commit to honoring ourselves and our truth, right? And we commit to discovering ourselves and our truth. And for some people, it takes literally an emergency because that's the only way they will. And for some, it doesn't. And it doesn't matter what it takes for you or what it took for you, but you are here because you know what I'm telling you is the truth. And even if anything I said is confusing, you know that that doesn't matter. It's the energy which I'm communicating to you, which is that you right now must take radical responsibility for loving yourself as if nothing else mattered, as if nothing else mattered, and learning who that one is as you love yourself, getting deeply curious about every part of you that needs holding, that needs space, that needs healing, and then committing to being in this world as an expression of that healing, of that inner work, of that integrity, of that care, of that compassion, of that love for yourself, and then expressing it into the world. And the world will never doubt it. And it will then fill you with an even bigger recognition of that love. That's what I'm feeling it right now. And that's the art of receiving, right? That's the law of receiving. That's abundance. That's the law of attraction. It's, I give and I receive. I gift and I receive. I gift and I receive. I give and I receive. And I am that energy because I can feel it moving through me. And there's only more and more of it to discover. And I trust it. And I'm asking you today to go in and check in with yourself. Check yourself. Where is your mind trying to distract you with a shiny object or the next big thing that feels like it'll give you that prosperity you're looking for, whatever that is, right? Again, relationship, money, health, the way you look, a house, whatever. Work, right? Meaningful work. That is prosperity as well. Just check yourself. Is there a part of you that is just, again, just waiting, right? It's like leaping. It's trying to leap quickly while you didn't have time to discern, right? So that you catch something out there. And for a second, you feel like you have it. And you know that you'll be gone. You'll get back to that feeling of lack and need and want. It's like a hungry ghost, like a vampire, like a banshee. And from that place, you'll again start leaping. You're on your ego's command. So just check yourself. Is there something like that in your life? And what's the gift? What's the gift? What is it that you're deeply needing, that you're not giving yourself, that thing is promising you it will fulfill? All right. So again, I want chips. Okay, well, I want calories. I want nutrients. I want fat, right? I want salt. Okay, I want carbs. Okay, I need nutrition. I need sustenance. Also, how does that feel in my body? Oh, if I had some chips, it would feel nourishing and loving and relaxing and peaceful. So I need peace. And I need a space to feel that safety, that nourishment, that care. And yes, from that place, maybe I need to eat something that would make me actually feel that way in my body. So my gut receives these nutrients and gives it to my organs. And again, every system in my body rejoices. I was like, oh, she heard, she discerned, she knew what to give us. Thank you. Oh, and maybe what I actually want, right? For example, is, I don't know, some eggs. Some eggs with a bit of sea salt, right? And maybe some mashed potatoes, right? And again, from that place, you can really receive and let your body integrate and allow. Again, this is not about a certain diet. This is about the truth of you. And from that place, you will absolutely know how to intuitively eat and dismiss any diet that doesn't serve and know that you might need to come back to it when it does. Everything is so individual, so unique, so specific to this moment, which is why let's take one more deep breath into your heart. Open your chest. Let it go. And just feel into your heart right now with me. I mean, we wouldn't be doing this if we were not going to do embodiment a little bit. This is your practice. Place your hands on your chest and just feel your heartbeat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Close your eyes if you can. If not, just like loose gaze. and ask yourself, where am I out of integrity and where am I running after something that will deplete me? Where am I running after something that will deplete me, not nourish me? Where am I out of integrity with what I need? And just see that. Let yourself receive it. Whatever that is. Now hold that with compassion. There's a reason you want it. There's a reason you feel you need it. There's a reason you're running after it. Just be there. There's a truth to why you feel so deeply that you must go and get this thing. You must go and take it in. You must commit to it. You must try it. What is it? What's the feeling you're looking for? What's the feeling you're looking for? Just feel that. And so know that you are looking for that. You're looking for trust. You're looking for love. You're looking for compassion. You're looking for truth within yourself. You're looking for clarity. You're looking to feel safe to receive. You're looking for trust that you're enough. You're looking for that knowing that you're loved and held just as you are. You're looking for you right now. So that feeling that you are looking for in you, how can you respond to that feeling in integrity with your values, with your vision, with the truth of your heart? No rush, no haste. Discern from your heart. How do you need to respond to this yearning, this need, this desire, for this feeling that you crave? How can you offer it to yourself from a place that is, is aligned? You might not know what that is, what that thing will look like, what that action will look like, what that decision you need to make is actually going to be. But just have that openness to receive the guidance to make it from the place in your heart that has been closed perhaps most of your life. And right now you're learning how to open it, how to feel it guide you, how to be safe in letting it express its truth. Because right now you are safe to express the fullness of yourself and to know your truth and to live your truth. And to honor your truth. It is safe to receive from the truth of what you are. I will leave you with that. And journal. Journal on what comes up. Journal on everything that comes up. And then take that next step and take that radical ownership on what you're going to do about it, as opposed to what you were going to do from that hasty, needy, lacking ego mind and its habits. And just feel the difference in your body. As I said this, my body tensed up. Feel the difference of, I'm going to act and ask to receive and reveal my truth and be safe in expressing it from the place in my heart that I know I'm loved, that I know you are loved. Repeat what I just said. You are safe to express your need and to receive what is truly yours from a place inside your heart that is safe to be loved and express itself just as it is, fully, fully, fully held and seen and wanted by this world, just as you are. I love you. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Send me a message. What is the thing you're not going to run after? And how are you going to feed that need in you? And how does that feel? Commit to acting on it, to responding, to taking ownership by embodying your new identity and doing the thing that's asking you to trust in who you really are. Walk on that invisible bridge, right? You got to start walking to see it appear in this world. You start that walk within you, and then you move into the world with integrity, with self-compassion, with unconditional self-full love, and knowing that it serves everyone. Bless you. See you soon. Oh, my dear friend, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I appreciate you. I celebrate you. And if you found this helpful, I welcome you in sharing this with someone who needs a little pick-me-up and a reminder that they are the love that they seek. And I hope that you know how powerful you are, how loved you are, how needed your gifts are, and that you are enough, just as you are. I welcome your feedback and any requests or questions you have. So feel free to ping me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at Sasha Lipskaia, or email me at sasha@sashalipskaia.com. And if you're looking for more support and perhaps a beautiful way to relax into more love and more flow and more of your soul essence, I have 2 beautiful meditations that you can download for free on my website at sashalipskaia.com. Feel free to shoot me a message, leave me a comment, and as always, stay in your love, stay brave. Know that you are held, supported, and worthy.